Well, the heat wave is, of course, set to continue for the vast majority of us as we head through the rest of this week. Now, these have been some of our temperatures so far this week. If you just take a look at the bar chart just behind me, into the 30s, 32 Celsius for Usk in South East Wales yesterday, also Wigan in West Sussex, and Northern Ireland saw its hottest August day yesterday since 2003. And those temperatures just set to climb for the rest of the week. 37 in a few spots by Saturday. Of course, it's a prolonged period of intense heat. Hot days, warm nights in between. That will be dangerous for some rather than record-breaking spikes. And if we do see 4 consecutive days of over 35 Celsius, then that will be the first time it's happened since the long hot summer of 76. Now, of course, that warning is now in force. An amber weather warning from the Met Office for extreme heat. It covers much of England, as far north as Manchester, Leeds and Sheffield, and into eastern areas of Wales too. And that's valid until the end of the day on Sunday. These will be today's highs. Now, here's the outlook for some of our capital cities over the next few days or so. Now, Sunday is still looking very hot, particularly towards the south. But you see, we start to import a bit more cloud, and that really heralds the change that we're going to see into the start of next week, when it will be feeling cooler and there'll be a bit more of a westerly wind developing. Also, the chance of seeing some heavy thundery downpours as well. Until then, it's just going to be hot. Joanna.
Hello there, good afternoon to you. We're out there this afternoon, we're in for a hot one with plenty of sunshine, hardly a cloud in the sky, and very similar conditions through the day tomorrow. And already you've been hearing about an amber warning issued by the Met Office. That's for extreme heat, and we'll hold on to that warning right through until Sunday.
Very good evening to everybody at home. Well, it has been another hot day, and the Met Office amber heat warning is still in place. That stays in place right the way through to Sunday. Temperatures widely above 30 degrees Celsius. A tricky few days if you are struggling in the heat by day, and also by night as well, as temperatures struggle to drop away. But overall, a change in pattern, so eventually we are going to see some rain. But that amber warning in place right the way through to Sunday, and then turning changeable into next week.
Few more days of it to come. There could be some rain in the forecast, as we'll show you shortly. But for the time being, it has been another day of blue skies across each of the 4 nations, almost top to tail in the country. And temperatures have been rising day by day, peaking 34 Celsius through this afternoon across parts of southeast England. And you can see the clear skies in abundance on the recent satellite imagery. But the big exception, this zone of cloud, northern Scotland, outbreaks of rain still here to take us through the night. Now, I said to Rita, there could be some rain in the forecast. That's from Sunday onwards. Low pressure developing could set off some severe storms across parts of the UK Sunday night and into the first part of next week. The problem is, with those sort of storms, the ground's so dry, it could cause some flooding issues, and they're going to be fairly well scattered across the country, so there's no guarantee everyone will see it. So after another very warm day on Sunday, that chance, and I'll hesitate to just say it is a chance of some storms beyond, but it will start to feel a little bit cooler by day.
Let's return to Alex in Worthing. He's been with Southern Water, haven't you, to see the pressures that they're under. But let's talk about the weather. How long is this extreme heat likely to last, Alex?
Well, that's a question I'm being asked several times a day at the moment. I think many of us are kind of over the heat, but it's not over yet. I think we're probably looking at into the beginning part of next week. And if we can now take a look actually at how we're expecting those temperatures to still rise day on day, you can see that our headline temperature is 36 degrees Celsius on Saturday, and then it will start to drop off, albeit very slowly. And as we get into kind of like Monday, well, that's when we start to see things breaking down, and then we pick up the risk of some thundery downpours. But at the moment, as we know from today, we have that extreme heat warning in place, and we can take a look at the area which covers much of England and Wales. It hasn't changed, and it's in until Sunday. Anywhere in this area, we could see temperatures of 30 to 36 degrees Celsius, bringing a number of hazards and risks to travel disruption as well. My advice would be not to go out during the midday heat, and that is between 10 and 3 p.m. But even outside of these areas, it is going to take a while for those temperatures to kind of cool down towards the end of the day. But obviously, what we want at the moment is rain, and we do need a lot of it. I don't think we're going to get lots of it, but we certainly have some showers in the forecast. Well, like the last few days, the pressure pattern isn't moving around a great deal. It's still very high, and that's what's keeping things very settled across the bulk of the UK at the moment. If we do get any weather fronts edging in, it is going to be up towards the northwest. If we take a look at the situation for this evening, you can see those temperatures actually they're going to be creeping up day on day actually, and also it stays pretty quiet, so largely clear skies overhead. A bit of good news if you've got your camera out tonight, clear skies overhead. Good chance that you will see the supermoon and be able to get some good pictures of it. As for our temperatures, as I mentioned, holding up at maybe 17, 18 degrees Celsius in places. We're not into a tropical night yet, but it won't be long before we get there a bit later on in the week. As for tomorrow, well, it's going to be warm from the off. Another very hot day is on the cards for many of us, with temperatures rising very quickly through the 20s during the morning time and then easily into the 30s, maybe the mid-30s, 35 degrees Celsius by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon. Slightly cooler up towards the northwest, which is where we could see a few showers taking place. As for Saturday, again, a repeat performance really, with that high pressure very much in control, and again temperatures of around 35, 36 degrees Celsius. As we head into the weekend, we will start to see some subtle changes developing Sunday into Monday, with the risk of some thundery downpours on Monday and then cooler conditions later next week. Well, that's it from Southern Water, where it's been a pretty pleasant day. But as we know, we'll be keeping a watchful eye on the forecast, and of course all eyes on tomorrow to see whether this drought comes into effect.
OK, well, it's what we've all been talking about. Let's get a check on the weather with Matt Taylor. Matt.
Thank you very much, Victoria. Yeah, a really hot day again today. And just look at the ground here in Kew. Looks like a desert, doesn't it? 33 Celsius this afternoon. And temperatures are set to rise further as we go through the coming days as well. So with that in mind, just a reminder that the Met Office do have that amber warning out for extreme heat for us all the way through to Sunday. There still could be some travel impacts and potential health impacts too, especially as nighttime temperatures continue to rise across the capital. Just running ahead of this, air low pressure is going to move out of France as we go through Sunday and into Monday. And those little blobs of blue you can see, yes, the potential for some rainstorms. So as we go through the next few days, temperatures climbing, still pretty humid on Sunday. The potential for some storms and temperatures dropping away next week, but not everyone will see those storms. Some, Victoria, will stay dry.
Well, any blobs of blue will be very welcome. Thank you very much. For now, though, do enjoy your evening. Bye for now.